Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. I didn't think I was gonna have to make this video today, especially with what's going on. So if you are aware of what's going on, especially with Crucible, then you'll understand why I'm making this video. Also, before I get into this topic, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also don't forget to check out my TikTok, which is _Shauna_YT. I post all my Crucible clips on there, and on here I post all my build guides and things like that for like Division, Warframe, Destiny, and Pokemon and Nexomon. So, let's get into the video. So, I noticed something happened yesterday with Bungie, what they was doing, and things like that. The hotfix that came out, I'm like, alright, cool. This is a decent sized hotfix. It's like real small. It's not that big. It's like, alright, this is something small. At first, because somebody was like, yeah, Divinity basically is getting nerfed on Tuesday. And I'm like, nah, definitely not. Because usually, when those topics happen, usually Bungie give it like a week or two before they even bother anything with exotics. So I'm like, alright, cool. They didn't say anything about the lore release Titan helmet at all. They didn't even put it out there what they was doing with it. All they said was they fixed a slight bug. And so, like, you know, you thinking like class abilities, you know, that's all they was talking about. And they basically stealth nerfed the Titan's helmet, the lore release winter helmet, and instead of giving the ×2 that it was given, now it gives ×1 restoration when your barricade is casted, or when you take damage and your health gets low. So basically they nerfed it back. So now it's not as like potent as it was, especially in PvP. It was really good in PvE. It helps a lot of Titans stay alive, things like that. But yeah, they stealth nerfed this and didn't really say much about it. I'm guessing somebody ended up finding out about it, and then all I saw was a bunch of videos on it. So I was like, alright, cool. They nerfed this back a little bit. This won't be as potent as Crucible. This is something that I can't stand running into a lower release Titan, especially if they're just doing it but a high resilience build and all they're doing is just crushing on the helmet itself. The helmet allows them to win their fights. I don't like that. Like, the helmet can assist you with your fights, but the helmet is single-handedly keeping the Titan alive. It's more annoying than anything else I ever faced. Because imagine shooting something, or shooting Atheon, and as you knock Atheon low in health, Atheon just keeps regenerating all his health back to maximum. That's what this helmet did. And it was just very agitating to fight. If you didn't put enough damage on the Titan will outgun you and kill you while you're still trying to reload your weapon to finish off the Titan. So yeah. The other thing that Bungie did, and like, I've seen this a couple of weeks back, but they didn't say when they was going to attempt to do it. They just said that they're going to be doing some kind of future changes to Control. And it came as a form of, you quit out Control, and after 2 games, you're basically banned from all PvP, except for, which makes no sense, Elimination. Elimination is basically Trials without all the Trials gear. So you're telling me, alright, that you banning people out of a casual playlist. Alright, Control is completely casual. Alright, you're banning people for leaving a Control match, alright, for 30 minutes, but not banning anybody out of Elimination, which is actually a competitive mode. Alright, and it doesn't just stop there. It bans you from Control, it bans you from Rumble, it bans you from Glory, and Clash, or anything that's featured in the spot where Clash is at right now. So the only thing that's truly unlocked for you is Eliminations. And I seen this earlier. I was watching True Vanguard, which is like one of my favorites to watch, because like he likes sidearms and things like that. I like using sidearms here and there just as much as I like using SMGs, especially on my Hunter. I can use sidearms. I have a crap load of sidearms that I haven't actually been using in a minute, but I do love sidearms. So I sat down and just watched him, you know, just seeing what he had to say about it. I sat back and watched what other people had to say about it. And by far, like, I have to say, alright, this is just as ridiculous as somebody saying Divinity needs to be nerfed. Alright, the whole idea of the PvP, especially Control alone, Control is to give players, newer players, that PvP experience where they don't have to actually be skillful with their weapon, they have to go after an objective. Alright? And this mode right here, it shouldn't even have matchmaking, skilled matchmaking, or anything like that. The issue is this, alright? For the past 7 years, or 6 years with this game, not 7, 6 years with this game, especially when it came down to PvP, alright? Control evolved a lot. It really has. It went from 4v4 to 6s. Alright? And as we played through these matches and playing all different kinds of maps, it became more and more stale. The reason why I say stale is you think about it, alright? As our metas changed, alright, which I'm the anti-meta based off how the way I talk about some of the things that I don't like Laura Lee Splinter Helmet and things like that. I'm somewhat anti-meta. Like, yeah, you see me with Out of Bounds, but I was using this before people decided, hey, this is going to be the meta. This is I love the lightweight frames SMGs. I like SMGs in general. Alright, but the thing is this, alright, Destiny has had multiple different kinds of metas where everybody was using them. Alright, we went through the Fellwinter's metas. Alright, and I'm just going to bring Fellwinter's up on the screen, just in case nobody knows what that is, just for any of my new players out there. If you haven't got the gun yet, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. It's an old D1 shotgun that they brought back as a quest weapon, and I think I just went past it and didn't realize I did. Alright, never mind, because it's not showing up in here for me. But Fellwinter's is basically an old shotgun that looks exactly like the Founder. Never mind, it's right here. So this is Fellwinter's. Alright, we went to the Fellwinter's shotgun aping only meta. Alright, and it was annoying. All you saw was nothing but Fellwinter shotguns. Alright. We went through the fusion rifle where everybody's running around Cartesians and Wizen Rebukes, you know. We went through all of that. Your rentals. This was by far one of the worst metas I played in. This. And we made it through that. Bungie didn't block people from leaving matches and things like that. Yes, I get it. And I get Bungie is coming from a standpoint where they want people to play. But as True Vanguard say, alright, as he said in his video, and I love this analogy the way he said, if people drive on a road, alright, and the road is filled with potholes and bumps, and it has not been maintained at all for years, and people are getting off the road, alright, you cannot block all the exits on the road to keep people on the road to make the road seem like it's a great road. It's the most worst idea possible, Bungie. Alright, I get where you're going with this because a lot of people, and I know myself, I am included in this because sometimes I do leave matches. Like if I get into a match and I'm just trying to test out a loadout, especially like when I first got my Forgiveness. You know, when I first got my Forgiveness, I wanted to test the sidearm out without me going into 6 stacks. I ran into a bunch of 6 stacks, and I'm not gonna lie, sugarcoat it. Yeah, I left. The majority of the time I left from the 6 stacks is because they were super stacked, alright, all high KDs, and majority of the time I would not even got in a 1v1 fight, alright, and it's all because of the one mechanic that I've been talking about this entire time that will literally make Destiny 2 feel way better in PvP, especially PvP, and I get it, like we want teams to feel like they're doing something or contributing, but the issue, that one mechanic that literally ruins this game, not the game, but PvP, and it makes people, it basically pacifies people that think they are doing good at the game. You want people to have that sense of progression, and this has come from me in my old Call of Duty days and my old Halo days, and this is for anybody that watched this channel, alright? So back in the day, I had a clan on Call of Duty, was called CDWN, Chaos Destroyed Warriors Nation. And that same clan ran Call of Duty and ran Halo. And when you didn't get no kills on the board, you saw it at the end. All you saw was the assist, 0 kills, and that's it. Based off whatever you was doing. The issue now is a lot of games nowadays, it pacifies a lot of players. And this is not for the casuals. It pacifies a lot of players that they want a sense of progression, like, yeah, I'm getting better at the game, but it pacifies a lot of players to make them think that they're doing better by adding the word defeats in there. And all people do as a 6-stack is literally team shoot. They don't even have to get the kill. They don't even. All they gotta do is put one bullet on you. Even if they don't put one bullet on you, they can Gemini gestures you. All they gotta do is do anything that put any kind of like damage on you. And Geminis do damage. It does. It does like a so low, minuscule level of damage. Before, when you used to shade step, when Geminis came out, you used to see like the number 1 or 2 when you shade step to hit somebody. They took that away, so that's no longer a part of the visual. But when you shade step with Geminis, you actually do a very minute damage to your target. So when somebody kills that target, you get an assist for touching that target, even though you never touched that target. Alright. And the issue is that one mechanic in this game, it has the Overwatch mechanic, where all you gotta do is touch a target. Alright, even throw a grenade at the target. You put any little bit of damage on that target, all somebody gotta do is kill the target, and you basically get a defeat, which adds on to not a KD, a KDA. And I feel like that alone pacifies a lot of people. So now I'm going back to the topic. When I get into playing Control and I just want to test out a weapon, especially like my Ally in Demand, like I literally ran around with this sidearm the day it came out. I got this roll. I got lucky. The first roll I got, other than the curated one they give you, was this roll. I went into 6s and I played. There was no 6-stacks in there. A lot of 6-stacks was playing Iron Banner. The issue is, when you get 6-stacks playing against singles and the casuals are playing in that mode, the 6-stacks are going to continue farming those casuals. The issue is this: the skill-based matchmaking is not going to stop that. It's only going to make it worse. Why? Because then you have the skill players playing against the skill players. Alright, and those skill players complain that they're playing against skill players when they want to play against the casual, so they can continue killing the casual, because it's easy games than actually challenging those skilled players. And I get what you're trying to do, Bungie, but the issue is this, alright? If you want the casuals to be more engaging in the mode, why not have Control how the way you have Iron Banner? Make a freelance Control. That way, the casuals, and know how I know Bungie has been doing this lately with little hints and stuff like that, and I turned mine off. But all you got to do is make hints for the new or casual player that shows up on the screen. Play this and that match. Give them like a little quest step when they go to Shacks. Go into Crucible, play Control, and then when they go to click on it, if they don't have anybody in their fire team, it directs them to go play freelance Control. The reason why is this: you want those casuals to feel like that they can't improve on their skill versus they just get in the game and automatically just getting farmed. And this is the issue I had with Trials, because Trials, the way they made Trials before, the whole thing where I did ramble about it in prior videos, where how Trials is now is not for casuals at all. And you want casuals to go in there. And the whole idea of you can run in there solo playing against 3-stacks is not casual friendly whatsoever. And that's the issue with Control right now. It's not casual player friendly. It's more you go in there and it's stat farming simulator. That's basically what it is. You farm the casual get upset. Remember, these are people that don't have time to play the game as much as other people. Alright, so you basically go into a mode brand new to the game. They're like, alright, I want to try out this gun, or I want to try out this. And they go, let's say they want to try out Ally in Demand. They just came from watching a Frostbolt video, or an Aftercross video, or True Vanguard video. And they're like, yo, I got a role that True Vanguard said was good. Or they came from watching one of my videos. Hey, Shauna made a good video about the Ally in Demand. I want to try it out for myself, see if I like this gun, and try to come out with a build with it. They go into Control. The first game is pretty decent, you know. They don't have no problem with that first game. Or let's say they get into the game, and because as True Vanguard said, life do happen with a lot of people, especially myself. You know, like I have family I help and take care of. If they need help, I stop in the dime to go get it done, and I come back to the game. So I get kicked out. I come back, I go back into a game, and let's say my dad needs me for something. I have to stop what I'm doing, go back into the game, and when I come back, I'm banned for 30 minutes from all Crucible other than the one competitive playlist that's still sitting there, which is Elimination. Me, I'm not a casual player. I will rate myself. I do have a lot more to learn in PvP, but I'm far above a casual. I know I'm far above a casual, and I complain for the casual. I want to be that voice for the casual because you think about it. Who else is speaking for the casual player? Nobody's speaking for the casual player. The casual player wants to enjoy the game and be able to get the same loot that they see their favorite content creator made a video on. So yeah, that's one of my issues about that. And the fact that they decided that this was a good idea without saying, hey guys, we're going to test this out this week and see how this roll. No, they just threw it out and now everybody's just like, what the hell's going on? You know, Control is not a competitive playlist. It has never been a competitive mode. Control literally took the place of Quick Play. Quick Play is for the casual player to go in, have fun, leave. That's it. Test out builds, test out guns, see if they like this build, see if they like that build for PvP. Get the hang of PvP and indulge on becoming that powerful guardian in the Crucible. And now you can't do that. Why? Because, you know, now you're getting punished for if life happens to happen while you're playing the game. Or let's say because you're playing and, you know, Bungie servers start acting up. Because sometimes Bungie servers do be acting up. And then you get kicked out of the lobby twice in a row. Now you're banned for 30 minutes. You're frustrated because all you wanted to do was go and test out a build. And for any person that decided, well, they can go into eliminations. Elimination is not a casual mode. It's never going to be a casual mode. Why? Because elimination is the same thing with trials is. So a lot of people, all they doing is running eliminations so that way they stay fresh for trials. So when trials come back for the brand new season or the weekend, they're still fresh like they've been playing trials the entire week. So the moment trials launch, they in trials doing what they do, performing. They stay warmed up in the mode and they get better at what they do. So yeah, I think this idea of punishing people for leaving a mode is the worst idea Bungie could have thought of. And like, if you want to fashion something for the casual player, I'm telling you, this is not it. This is definitely not it. Like, by far, this is not it. And the same thing with trials. The way they had trials way before they touched it, when, you know, you had that PvP sweat side complaining about matching against itself, it's like, my dude, me, I know I'm not the best player in the world. I would never say I am the best player. Because every player that thinks they're the best player, there's always somebody better than you. Somebody that's doing it better than you. You just never met your match yet until you happen to fight against them in a match and that person's playing better than you. So, I like that I like being able to challenge myself. I don't mind a challenge. When I get into a PvP match and some guy is like outgunning me, I'm like, alright, let me switch up my load up real quick. I'm going to teach you what it is. You know, I matched against True Vanguard a couple of times. I think he happens to be living in the same server area as me because I matched against him a couple of times. I think it was last weekend. I was playing Rumble and I matched against him. You know, I didn't back out. Oh no, True Vanguard, I didn't back out. I like the challenge. The issue is a lot of players, not the casual players, a lot of the quote unquote, I would say, tryhards or the sweats or the mimics. They want that same appreciation of skill without actually grinding it. And the issue is they go into casual mode and farm the casuals. So when you block a casual for literally quitting the game because they literally just want to play the mode, you're punishing the casual and not punishing the quote unquote sweat or tryhard in the game. And it adds more frustration onto the casual. Now the casual don't want to ever touch PvP anymore. And you want the casual to play all aspects of the game. All of it. Trials and all. And that's the reason why, like, with me, I believe the reason why Trials has been dipping down with the player thing, the player amount that's playing in it, is because the casuals don't want to play Trials. Why? They go into Trials. The first game they play against is a 3-stack, and they already been flawless for the week. And all they're doing is for the next 2 days is just farming casuals. And like, if they have not been flawless, Alright? All they're doing is going up to 6 wins and resetting their cards so they can match the casuals. I think freelance for trials as well should be a permanent thing. It should be a permanent thing. And for trials and control, freelance should be for both of them. The reason why is this. It gives those casuals a sense of accomplishment when they go in the mode and nobody knows anybody and everybody's able just to play freely without worrying about that. And just leave regular control for anybody that's in a fire team. If you're in the fire team, go right into it. Go. Hey, if you are good as you say you are, let's just put your money where your mouth is and let's go. That's what we used to do back in Call of Duty days. I literally ran, before you guys call it esports, I ran, what was it, MLG. I did MLG. I played tournaments with my clanmates, 6 of us, and we played against the best of the best. They was not in the major leagues. We was playing in the under circuit. You know, we was playing in the underground circuit. We played against the best of the best. We lost some, we won some. I was one of the greatest quickscopers on my team, but there was somebody that was better than me. There was a guy that beat me, and I'm like, hey, dude, can you show me how to get better? And I practiced with him and got better. The thing is this. Alright, the casuals, if you want the casuals to be able to get better at the game, you got to give them a sense of progression. But at the same time, you can't punish them for not wanting to play against a 6-stack. That's my thing. You want the casual to casually just play the game and enjoy it. Not going, oh boy, I'm going into 6-stack sweaty mode. Let's go in here and I can't leave because I'm going to get punished for it. That's the wrong way to go about it. The wrong way to go about it. And I speak highly. My channel is targeted towards the casuals for a reason. I want to be that voice for the casuals because the casuals don't have a voice. Look, just time out. Take a look at all the YouTubers with all the content. Majority of the YouTubers is either, come get this gun, look how good I am, look at my builds, or I just ran out of medals. Oh, look what I just did to this guy. Look what I did to that guy. There's none speaking like, you know, when Bungie decided they wanted to unlock trials for 2 days for the sweats. They didn't think about the casual player that just want to play trials. I think at that time when they made trials on Friday, you went flawless and it locked you out and put you into a flawless pool only with flawless players. I think that was by far the best time of trials ever because you had more people going flawless ever. And that's not just talking about sweats only going or sweats. Top tier PvP players going. That was not even just that. That was casuals going flawless. They finally got to see the lighthouse. And some of those Guardians have not seen the lighthouse since D1, or they had to pay somebody to jump on their account to take them flawless. Why should anybody pay anybody? They're already putting money into the game. Why should he pay anybody to take their account flawless? Or even carry them to the lighthouse? You want the player to be able to go there on their own merit. Their own merit. You want players to progress in their skill level on their own merit of them playing the game and fully enjoying it and experiment with different builds and different things. And that's the issue. The issue is there's no sense of progression. Alright? There's none. Like the whole sense of progression is like as soon as you get into a lobby and there's a bunch of casuals in there, it's like, dude, these guys are trash. And I heard it. It's like, these guys are trash. These guys are shitters. These guys are bots. These guys are potatoes. Those are casuals. They call them that because they haven't figured out the game. But you got a bunch of PvP sweats just sweating on them. And how can they get better if they can't play against people on their own skill level? The only way a person is going to get better if they're playing at the same level. You can't expect a level 5, or I'm going to use this as an example. You can't expect a level 5 Charmander to knock out a level 100 Mewtwo. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. And for anybody that plays Pokemon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's never going to happen. But you can take that level 5 Charmander and have him battle against a level 3 Caterpie or a level 10 Butterfree. Eventually that Charmander is going to level up to level 16, evolve to a Charmeleon. Now that Charmeleon is going to want to battle. You want to take that Charmeleon and start battling level 18s and 19s, and as you keep going, that Charmeleon is going to grow and grow until it hits level 36 and evolves to a Charizard. And then you can keep going and keep going and keep going until it's level 100, and then that Charizard can take on that level 100 Mewtwo. And that's the issue. There's none of that. You got level 100s fighting level 1s, and that's the issue. And Bungie has the tools. I think that gets me the most. Bungie has the tools to make PvP better, especially with the one mode they just made obsolete for no reason. Comp. I don't even know why they took away the Unbroken title, and have no like. There's no ideas or any kind of thought of what they're going to do with it. It's just like, nah, we're getting rid of it. And it's like, dude, it's so simple. It's the most easiest thing. And I said this in like a couple of videos back, how to fix competitive. And this is when I first started making videos on this platform. Alright, how to make PvP, how to make competitive better. And I said it. Alright, and I'm going to quickly go over it very easily, very, very fast. One, we already have PvP weapons that they can actually remodel, alright, reskin and bring back. One, the Marine. Put this in comp. Make this be the season's reward. Or make it be the halfway point. The Marine. The regular Marine. Alright? You reset twice, now you got the Marine Adept. Easy. Alright? And as you leveling up the Marine, right? As you leveling up the Marine, all you do is come out with different ornaments for it. Different ornaments. And they come out with different triumphs towards it that can fit the Unbroken title to make people want to go in there. So that way you have your sweats that want to play, those PvP diehard fans that's playing like they ain't no tomorrow. Now you have a reason to go in there with the Unbroken title. Because look at the Unbroken title. It's just, you know, get glory, you know, hit Fable, max out streaks, you know. Yes, these are all good, you know. These are all good. But you want the player to feel unbroken. What's the point of giving us the title and then taking it away? You're not feeling unbroken. You feel broken. Because soon you go into comp, there's no reason to go into comp. No reason whatsoever. None whatsoever. And that is one of the main reasons why Control is sweaty right now. That. Because they literally... Comp was so good at the moment. Now Comp is like, whatever, man. We're just going to jump over to Control. We're going to do trials. And then we're going to do a whole bunch of PvE content. When PvP has been lacking this entire time for about 6 years. The last time PvP had like a major kind of update was when they rehauled PvP and named it Go Fast PvP. And then they changed it. They put out shotguns in our secondary and primary slots. They put out snipers in our primary and secondary slots. Our fusion rifles in our primary and secondary slots. That was the last major update that allowed the Crucible to feel so good the way it does. And it's just, now you basically go in Control, and Control is like the sweatiest thing to go into. You go in there and everybody's sweating. And if it's not everybody sweating, it's the 6-stack. You go in there, and by the time you wake up and spawn, like, because I've been victim of it. Getting spawned, you shooting one guy, you getting jumped by the entire team because they're all communicating, and I'm playing with a bunch of randoms. They just all casually trying to play, and they're just getting farmed non-stop. Why? Alright guys, I'm sorry about that long rant. Like I said in the beginning of this video, comment down below. Subscribe if you want to, and also please check out my TikTok. It's Shauna. It's _Shauna _YT. I post a bunch of PvP clips in there and whatnot of what I do, like especially Iron Banner Week and sometimes Control and things like that. Alright guys, I'll catch you later, and please tell me what you think about this topic down below, and let me know if any of these points I came across made sense to you, why and how this affects you guys. Alright guys, catch you later. Peace.